So, got the trunk lid off, and I need to take off the spoiler if I want to be able to work on this thing. So I took out the nuts here, there, and there's one on the other side over there. And then I used a crowbar to pry this off because you can see it's got these sticky tabs. But there you go, that's a trunk lid, and that's a spoiler. And it could use a paint job anyway. Okay, so took off this this panel right that normally goes right there. There are only a couple screws left holding it on. You can see it's broken over around here. So that's going to take some body shopping and JB weld and other bits of creative problem solving. The biggest problem with this piece is that it's all crinkled right here. You know, this whole thing got smashed in from the back, but I think it's salvageable. Okay, so I kind of thought that this whole operation was going to involve a lot of pounding with a hammer, but the more I look at some of this stuff, I think that a better approach is to clamp things on here and use a wrench and bend things back into the original shape. Alright, we kind of got it back to the original shape. You know, part of it was done by wedging this 2x4 in here and just, you know, brute force bending it back. You can see where the crinkle happened, but it's almost back to the original curve. I measured the distance from this corner to the edge here, and it is just about exactly the same as on this side, so that's good. I did end up having to do some fine-tuning with a precision BFH, which you can see that right there, and using 2x4 blocks to keep from denting the crap out of it. So, you know, that's a plus. Okay, so we are working on the trunk lid now, and you can see that the panel that goes on the back below the light bar that holds the license plate is broken on this side. That's what it's supposed to look like, and that's where it's missing stuff. So I cut out this piece of plywood, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to shape it, and when I'm done here I'll be able to screw it in using some flathead screws, and I'll countersink them and then use Bondo to clean up the front, and that should be reasonably secure. And you know, then do some body shopping to fill in the rest. So here's my piece. Yeah, I even put a curve in it. I just eyeballed the curve. I'm not doing rocket science here, but I'm pretty happy with it. It seems to fit in just right. And the next thing will be to build up a piece that can fit in here where this is missing, and put something behind there that will give me something to attach with. So while I'm waiting for the glue to dry on this piece and this piece, I traced out this onto this piece of aluminum. Now, I got this thing specifically because I wanted to be able to cut aluminum. It says that it can, so let's see if it does. not only did it cut it, it really did a good job on it. So I'm happy. Sorry I couldn't actually get a video of cutting it, but you know, needed two hands and tripods just seem like so much effort. So now I'm going to stick this together. Alright, so I've got this screwed in here. I used the all-purpose adhesive because I'm a big fan of using both mechanical and chemical bonds. Yeah, it just seems like it's going to be a lot more rigid that way and help to keep the vibrations from shaking things loose and causing cracks later on. So hopefully that works out well. Okay, so we've got the next wood piece glued on. You can see how that's looking, and I'm going to just kind of fit everything on here, sort of get an idea on how it's all going together. Look at that. That almost looks like it's supposed to be that way. So, yeah. There's still a lot to go, but it's coming along. So, I added an aluminum piece right around here because, you know, these things here, they wrap around the metal part of the trunk lid. And I just wanted to strengthen it up, so having aluminum there, that's nice. And of course, in my usual tradition, it's both glued and screwed. And this is probably the last time that we're going to see this before it gets covered with Bondo. So, here comes the fun part. So, you can see we've got Bondo here, and you'll notice that I've got paper towel mixed in with my Bondo there. And the reason I did that, if you look over on this side, this edge has to stick out over the metal part. And that means that it's going to have a thin wall. And if I just have Bondo in there, then my concern is that it's going to be, it's not going to be very strong. So I soak paper towel with Bondo and stick it in there to just give it a little bit of structure and help it on that little edge. So here it is, all Bondoed and happy. Of course, the real test will come once I paint it. You can see the undulation's a lot better once it's one color, but it definitely fits on there, and you know, you can see the edge here. It even wraps. You know, it's got a little bit of a divot right there that covers the edge of the metal. So, yeah, I'm happy with that so far. Alright, here it is all primed up, and I'm going to do some wet sanding just to make it nice and smooth, but I'm really happy with it. You know, it looks, well, it doesn't look like it's made out of scrap pieces of aluminum and plywood, and that's really what's important. So here it is painted. That's the thing. You see, it looks like that side, except it's that side. So at this point, I've got the panels cleaned up, and I am ready to start putting things back together. Alright, so before I go ahead and put everything back together, I cleaned off the sticky tabs that were on here before, and I've since replaced them with this all-weather adhesive. It's double stick adhesive, and it's kind of pricey at the auto parts store. I want to say that I found it cheaper on Amazon, so you know, it might be worth looking, but I've used it before, and it seems to work really well. So here's a little tidbit. I did not buy the factory match paint that is made for this car, because neither Plasticoat nor Duplicolor, which are the two big names in automotive paint that I know of, make an out-of-the-can factory match paint. So instead, I used this one, and this one says that it replaces T191, which is another GM silver. And as you can see here, it's pretty darn close. I mean, when you spray it right on the original color, you can see a little bit of a difference. It seems like the original silver is just a touch yellower, but I'm just unwilling to spend the money for some of the places online where you can get factory match paint, and especially since nobody else is paying for this, I'm certainly not going to be able to afford to take this to a body shop and have the entire car painted one color. So, you know, this is a case of close enough. Alright, here it is with the light panel in place, and this is the side that wasn't wrecked. This is the side that was wrecked, and I haven't even tightened it down yet. I just wanted to show it assembled. It's really coming along nicely. I'm happy. So here we go. We're putting the spoiler and the light bar and the lower panel back on. Just tightening down the screws now. And then I'm going to try and put this thing back on the car and hope that everything fits. Alright, I've got the lid attached here with the 4 bolts. And it seems like there's a little bit of room to adjust it. I don't know how that would work, since you'd kind of need to have it closed to adjust it, but we'll find out. Hopefully I won't need to. Hopefully everything will work. I've got the cables run up through here, and you've got the cable connectors here, and then I've got the open latch cable that goes right through here, and I just fished it up through the inside here. And then the rest of the wires go through the little cables connectors here. Connect this to the lights that go to the license plate light. So I'm just going to shove that wire up in there, and then you see this rubber gasket here just kind of fits right in there, and then this one attaches right there, and then this one plugs in there, and in an ideal universe, everything should be just right. Alright, this is the historic first closing. Here we go. Wow. That didn't go so well. So, I'm having to notch out these holes so that I can adjust this thing and make it fit. And I'm really embarrassed by this. I mean, this is how far off I'm having to go just to make things sort of fit right. It's and if I knew a better way to do it, I would do it, but I guess this is why I never went into auto body. Alright, here we go. I've tweaked, I've twisted, I've prodded, I've grinded, and now look at that. It's a thing. It's a whole thing. It's all put together and crap. Is it perfect? No. But is it pretty close? Well, you know, I mean, you know, the gap's a little bit bigger on this side. I don't care. It closes, it latches securely. You know, all things considered, with as bad as this was, this is really, I'm really happy. So, If anybody out there has got a Saturn and somebody plows into you and then drives away, and you never track them down, and you don't have insurance on your car, and you decide, hey, I can't really afford to get a new car, I'd better fix this. Well, this is how you do it. Yay.